Afternoon, guys, from an extremely hot quality Nishikigoi. Crikey, it's absolutely mad hot in here, and I'm sorry if the hat's staying on. If you could see my hair under here, my days. A customer came in the other day and he said, why'd you always wear your hat on the thing? And I took my hat off and he went, yeah, I can see why you pretty much always wear your hat. I said, yeah, I know. So, right, anyway, guys, somebody asked me this week if we could do scrapes and show you how we do them. Now, again, this is how we do them. A lot of people will probably have different ways of doing scrapes and stuff like that, but this is what we do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the way I do it. And don't forget, please, I've been doing scrapes for longer than I care to remember, really. You know, talking 20 plus years we've been doing scrapes. So, you know, I do it now quite... It probably looks easier than what it is, than what you could do it at home. But this is... The way that I do it is probably what you need to build up to do it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we do scrape a fish. So, for the purposes of how you scrape a fish, I'm going to put a coin anaesthetic. So then we can turn it over when it's nice and calm, and then we can just do a scrape, and I can show you exactly how much mucus you need to take off, and then what to do afterwards. Now, a friend of mine has lent me a microscope with a screen on it. I never use the ones with a screen. I use just a normal microscope, which is perfectly adequate for the job that we're doing at looking at parasites. We don't need anything crazy for that. Now I'm going to do the scraping out of the new pond, and hopefully we find nothing, but hopefully for you we find something so you can have a look at it and see if it's on the screen and we can identify it. But unfortunately we're not going to be able to see many parasites, hopefully anyway, because we shouldn't have any. Now in this pond there, I've not treated them because of the new filter and everything like that, so maybe there are a few parasites. They're certainly not looking like there is, but we can have a look anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get two lots ready, and I'll talk through it anyway while we're doing it. But yeah, we'll get cracking, and we'll do a few scrapes. Right, guys. Right, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do the anaesthetic one first, so you can see where's best to take a scrape and the pressure we apply to the fish to do a scrape. So you're not, you know, a lot of people get daunted that they're going to cut into the skin or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll just put one under anaesthetic now, which is safe as ours, is no problem, and then we'll do them. So I use MS222, which is the only anaesthetic really that you use. It's very difficult, you can't really get it, but we use it. So and then what I'll do is I'll just set the camera up on the pond on the tripod, then we can get the fish in there, and then I'll show you how we do it. This pond's at about 20 degrees, so it's going to be either easy or very difficult to catch a fish. So yeah, the reason I don't recommend putting a fish in sedate or something like that when you're going to do a scrape is because the anaesthetic will cause the water to go very acidic, which could remove quite a lot of the parasites on there. So you probably wouldn't get a true figure of maybe what's on there. I'm just going to do this so you can see the pressure I apply on the slide and whereabouts I do it. So this will take the good thing about this anaesthetic is they do go out quite fast, but they come round fast as well. So I believe it is the only anaesthetic that is made for the aquatic industry. As you can see, starting to go out now. Little slide. So as you can see, I would normally have the fish like that in the net without it being sedated, but just for this purpose, so I can just show you a bit clearer. So there's the slide. I'm just going to go gently, and that's it. That's all I need. So now we'll put her back. If you just focus on this, Paul, then I can just do the cover slip. Right, so there's the mucus. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the cover slide. Do you get that, Paul? Yeah.
You've done that.
Right, and then I'm just going to put the mucus into one area. Just a small area like that. And then I'm going to flatten the cover slip until it spreads around the slide, as you can see. So that's great. So that's not a problem, that. So what we'll do now is we'll have a look under the anaesthetic. Right, I've got two microscopes here. I borrowed one off of a customer of ours, one with the screen. I don't tend to use the one with the screen, as I said earlier, but just for this purpose, I just wanted to show you what you want to look for when you're on the slide. So that's the mucus there that you can see. Now on this microscope, you can go up, down, left, right. So what I'm going to do, Paul's looking at this, and then we're going to look at it under our microscope, which is that one on the right, which I like. I prefer those. I think you do get a better, you get a clearer image, but, you know, unfortunately I've not got one with the screen like that, but there isn't anything on there, but that's what you're kind of looking at. So in some ways, I'm very glad that there isn't any parasites on there, but then I can't really show you anything. So maybe when we're back out doing call outs and stuff like that, we'll be able to get another video done where we can actually see parasites. But there's certainly nothing jumping out at us anyway. So if you want to swap it over, Paul, and have a look at the other side. And this is the other way. We're doing it at 10 times the magnification. So it works out about 400 times. We can use up to 400 times, I should say. This is using it 100 times right now. Nothing?
I think I'll clear at the moment. A few more runs.
So with the slide, what Paul's doing, he's going in a left-right. So he's going to the top of the slide where the mucus is, and then he's going to the right, then back down the left, then to the right, to the left, to the right, till he reaches the bottom of the slide. So no, nothing on them.
No, for a full slide viewing it should take about 3 minutes, really.
So there you go. Now we'll go back in there and we'll do another koi, but this time I'll do it without having to put it under sedation, so which is the thing that you want to be aimed to do really. So let's go back and do that. $20 degrees. Right, so this is what I'm going to do. This is just the koi, just in normal situation. So you put the fish in a bowl, something similar. Then what you want to try and do is just quickly, sort of like hand underneath, out the water a little bit, done. So that's where you want to try and be with it. Now again, just going to move the mucus into a central position. And there it is. Just give that to Paul, just let that fish go. Just wanted to show you that fish that we put under in the sedation before. Perfectly swimming round now. Let me just try and find her. Come on, Mum. It's over at the back wall there. The glare's terrible. Yeah, but she's spot on. She come round, no problem at all. About 30 seconds, she's down there on the bottom now. So let's go and check this other one. Right, and here we go again. Just, we're willing something to appear now. We're willing it. Come on, just give us a fluke. Well, it looks like we're going to be disappointing you today, I'm afraid. But anyway, that's how you do a scrape. Sure how the video will turn out, guys. The glare in here is unbelievable today. I'll give you a quick update. All the toes eyes should be going out, ready to go out next week. Well, APC should be delivering, so everything's good there. Just give you a bit of a quick update on the new pond. We've found a few more things out. I told you on the last video that we dropped the flow rate on the bead down to 65% on a 20,000 vario. Now, all the ammonia and nitrite came down. Perfect. So what I thought I'd do is move it back up again. So I put it back to 75, and in less than 12 hours, the ammonia rose up and the nitrite rose up. Crazy, absolutely crazy. So then I've turned it back down to 60% running on the pump, which is 60% of 20,000. And then the ammonia and nitrite, perfect again, absolutely perfect again. So it is important, the flow rate that you're going to put through these filters. And this is, I think, a lot of people who have problems with the ponds is because they're taking it through too fast. So we've had a lot of phone calls, especially from people off YouTube, which have got this issue. So please, if you are having problems with the water and stuff like that, then it, you know, it could be the flow rate in the pond. So just keep an eye on it, and it, you know, that could be the issue that you're having, especially even with fines and stuff like that. You know, once the filter's working, the flow rate's great, everything else will sort itself out. It's not a problem. So, but yeah, so that's the update and the scrape. I hope you enjoyed it.